Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali, spiritual consultant and real estate businessman. For those of you that are having spiritual problem, you can feel free to contact me, 339-1670. That is 339-1670. I want to say a special good night to you viewers of Real Talk, of the Caribbean, round the globe. We are back. I do apologize for last week not being on air, but we had a little delay with our contractual arrangement with Synergy, meaning contracts and signatures, and it was a little bit hectic. But nevertheless, thank God, we are live up from tonight on Synergy TV. We'll talk from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. I'm your host, Saieed Ali. Those of you who have properties to sell or looking for property to buy, you can also contact me, 339-1670. Now, viewers, we are live on Facebook, we are live on YouTube. Feel free to share the link, tell your friends, tell your families. We're back and we're up and running. It's not like last week where we had a delay, but tonight onwards, we are on the go. We got our green lights. So we're moving. Now, for some time now that you all know, I've been building my studios. This is it. Last week before, we had a trial, was successful. And, you know, I always say, I have decided to launch this platform for people, for the general public. Now, other than crime, there are many other things that people need help with. They don't have a voice to go to, or no one to listen to them. Some of them, their plea and their cry have been falling on deaf ears. Nobody to stand in the gap. Nobody to reach out to these people who are in need. Hence the reason why I have decided to build my own studio. Right here in Pierre Road in Charleville. Do you have a problem? You have a complaint? Nobody's not hearing your voice? Feel free to contact me. Remember, our studio lines are open, 237-3135. Feel free to call in, voice your concern, your opinion. You want to see me, call me at 339-1670. That's my cell number. Come down to our studio. I will listen to your cry. I will listen to your plea and voice it on my show. Now, as I say, they're getting news in depth, where you can actually call in. Let the general public understand what is taking place with you, what is going on in your country, what is going on with your neighborhood, and somebody will lend a helping hand. Now, Real Talk will be starting at 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., a full hour. So those of you who do not know what is taking place socially in Trinidad and Tobago, those of you who do not have the opportunity to call in at a station or into a show and voice a complaint with something in your area, such as the road, WASA, T&Tech, social development, government office, this platform is for you. This is why I have decided to develop my own studio. To go a step further, not just a show on television, but actually coming out and helping the people. Because there are many government sectors in Trinidad that people go to and they are literally turned down. No one to stand up, no one to complain to. Sometimes you go to the police station, and when you go to the police station, it's like, okay, that's it. End of story right there. Sometimes police not even taking up the matters. So this is why I have decided to extend my borders, build my own studio where you could actually come and sit down. Saeed, I went to social development office and They did not attend to me. This is for that. Saieed, we've called T and text so many times. No respond. We've called WhatsApp so many times. No respond. This is the platform where we can highlight your issue. So like I said, tell your friends, tell your family. Real Talk is back on the Synergy Network from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Up the Caribbean, you can tell your friends. I've been getting a lot of calls from St. Vincent, Grenada, Barbados. Saieed, when you're coming on, we're missing you. Even right here in Trinidad. Saieed, there's nobody we can go to. Nobody is listening to our cry. Nobody is willing to highlight what is taking place in our community. Just imagine that. So that is why I am here. I am back. Because of contractual arrangement, we were not on the air last week, but nevertheless, the grace of God, we sorted out our problems, and we are here, going forward, meeting the people. Now, like I said, we left the crime for Crime Watch. We left that for Eon. Apart from crime, there are many other incidents that is plaguing Trinidad and Tobago. Not just crime. What leads people into crime is the main thing. So it started up small, and you end up someplace that you ring your 2 years after. That is committing crime. You understand? So I have decided to move forward. Now, Real Talk Studios is located number 14 Tahaders Street, Pier Road in Charleville. Feel free to come on down. 7 minutes away from Sharona's Market. 7 to 10 minutes. So feel free to come on down. Whatever complaint, neighbor giving trouble, oh gosh, feel free to come on down. Now our lines are open. 237-3135. Now as we're moving on, viewers, those of you who would like to advertise on Real Talk, since we became the third most viewed program in Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean, feel free to contact me. I have a lovely package for you all. You will definitely enjoy it. Now as we're moving along, viewers, Ministry of National Security, Stuart Young, is saying to the public of Trinidad and Tobago that his government will spend $6 million, that's right, $6 million on 14 interceptor boats. That is actually not functioning to secure our borders. Now, his ministry is going to spend $6 million to service these boats, to patrol our borders. Now, with the crisis in Venezuela, our borders really, really need protecting. It really, really need protecting. And drugs have been coming in. Guns have been coming in. Illegal immigrants have been coming in. So tonight I want to say kudos to Mr. Young for allocating that $6 million to service these 14 interceptors to patrol the area. Now listen, there are 214 illegal port of entry in Trinidad and Tobago. That is right, 214. Now these interceptors have to be working around the clock. Around the clock to make sure these 214 borders are patrolled. You have a call? Caller, good night.
Good night.
You're live on Real Talk, right ahead.
have a washer leaking from my gap. 2 years now, I was in 52.
Guys, just take a number off here. Someone will take your number, ma'am. Thank you for calling. Not straying from this topic, because, listen, Mr. Gary Griffith, our commissioner, is trying his uttermost best to keep crime under control. He is trying. And many people are condemning him for what he's doing. Now, just before my show ended, I was saying I will support our commissioner with 1 shot, 1 kill. And let me remind you, when a bandit comes into your home, he ain't coming to ask you what you're cooking. He ain't coming to ask you that. So our borders really, really need patrolling. And I'm here to tell the minister, we really, really need something. Not just talk, not just words coming out your lip, but actually show some performance. It's performance we need in order to fix Trinidad and Tobago. You need performance. Without performance, you can't do nothing. Without performance, you're like a waste. If you're not doing anything, step down. You understand? Simple like that. Now, Venezuela have a crisis going on there with Maduro and the other president. Now listen to this. What Keith Rowley did is the right thing. Listen carefully why I say it's the right thing. The people of Venezuela elected Maduro as the president. I want you all to listen carefully here. He was elected by the people. By the people. So if Maduro have to step down, it is by the people. Let's say Kamala Persad Bissessar decides now to pull the same stunt as the other guy did, and wants to elect herself as the new Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. Now listen, Venezuela have been under a crisis for some time. And if the people of Venezuela really wanted Maduro out, he would have been out. Because they elected him. I want you all to understand carefully. I want you all to understand this. He was elected. Just how the PNM government were elected by the people. It's the same thing with Maduro. So all this bacchanal with countries want to go in and storm in. Every one of them are wrong. You know why? They are going into a place where they are not wanted. Their people did not elect Maduro. Now I am saddened by what is taking place. But it's up to the people. Remember 1990, when they had the coup in Trinidad and Tobago? When Trinidad reached a state, but I was like, no, we're not taking that. And they decided to step up and change the ball game. Things change. It changed. Caller, good night.
Yeah, good night.
Caller, you there?
Yeah.
Good night, you're live on Real Talk, right ahead.
All right. I'm calling in connection with some retirement benefits from the Southwest Regional Health Authority.
Okay.
I worked there for 41 years.
Uh-huh.
Right? And upon retirement, in 2018 is only run around to get my money and my pension.
Have you written to the board?
No, well, every time I go in there, the HR department telling me that them handling it and I go to audit, and I have people waiting as far as 2 and 3 years to get their money and have to come down there and cry and still not getting through. We don't have a voice.
Okay,
the
okay.
minister, like he doesn't really care. I give 41 years service to that hospital. I work 11 years with the RHA and I need my money and my pension in order to mind my family.
Good, good, good. I understand what you're saying. And
Right.
you're entitled to that because it's yours.
Quite correct.
Yes.
Right? But you can't be sending home workers and 17 months after you're still waiting on to get what is due to them. You know?
I understand.
So I asking you to see how best you can highlight this problem for me, please, what?
No problem. I will try my best. I will do a little checking into it. Thank you for calling. You see, all these islands that going after Maduro, they have to understand is the people that put him there. Now, our Prime Minister wants to make sure that our dragon gas deal goes through. He wants to make sure that this deal actually goes through. So that is why he will support Maduro. Because Maduro was elected. He didn't just claim presidency. No. He was elected. And you see, this is the thing that people need to sit back and really look at. So why Kamala didn't just come up and claim, well, hey, I'm the next prime minister, and see what will happen? Yes, we understand people starving. If you don't want him, vote him out. You had a chance almost 2 years back, and what you did? Right back you put him. So where you going to end up? Not in the same hole you come out from? If you wanted a change, you would have made that almost 2 years back. But you're comfortable. You're comfortable. Now all other countries want to swarm down now. All you think what all you're doing. Think. Caller, good night.
Hi, good night.
Yep.
Mr. Ali, you need to go and educate yourself.
Uh-huh. You there? She gone? Go and educate myself. I wonder if the US elect Maduro. I wonder if Russia elect Maduro. I wonder if Trinidadians elect Maduro. Go and educate my... You think about what you're going to say before you call. Caller, good night.
Yeah, good night, sir.
Good night. You're live on Real Talk right ahead.
Thank you, sir. My first time. Anyway, you're absolutely correct about the guy who the man get his election, the man win his election.
Exactly.
Yeah. And the same thing what United States.
Yes.
Yeah, you hear me there, right?
Yeah, you go right ahead.
Right. It's the same thing. It's the same thing what the U.S. did in Hawaii in 1892.
Yep.
They went in and took over Hawaii illegally. And people who sided now with the opposition is the same people who raped the country, who raped Venezuela, have all the money in Miami, and want to go back in to rape more again.
You
So
see?
you really have to look at everything. Those people were the corrupt ones. I'm not saying they have this problem in Venezuela, but we have, especially by opposition leader, have no right to get involved in that. You understand?
Yes.
That is a matter of the situation. Well, look today what happened. They sent back a vote in 137 Venezuelans in Cedros.
But some stupidness about some cesspit thing there. So people cross the water for 2 or 3 hours, come back here, and you mean to say that you have Coast Guard, you have Customs, Immigration, and some stupid man will talk about a cesspit. They're not going to use the washroom. People on the water, bring them out or tell them send them to another port. They're victimizing human beings. We Trinidadians, we all over in New York, Miami, all over the world. We are immigrants also.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like to see our people get things like that. I travel all over the world, and people treat us with humanity. I used to work with Red Cross. I went to Turkey. I went to Haiti, and we treat people as human beings. Stop this stupidness. They put in, you're sending back 137, 150 Venezuelans. I'm not seeing it there. But just bring them out. Oh gosh, come on, please.
Thank you for calling. So you see, it's not just that they're in that crisis, you know, they want to be there. They want to be like that. They have themselves in that. Just imagine they're given, I think is the US give Russia Maduro 8 days. That man was elected. Look what Trump doing in the US. The government shut down. Trump shut down the government. They shut it down. One man shut down the government of a border wall. Did anyone stand up against it? Did anybody stand up? Did any country stand up against him? Huh? As I say, I understand the crisis in Venezuela, but it's there. They have themselves like that. When time to vote, you put him back. So don't feel I come in here and I know what I'm saying, you know. Look at logic. Who voted in PNM? The people of Trinidad and Tobago. Look what's taking place. Who you blaming for that now? Who you blaming for that? We can't blame Venezuela. We can't blame Russia. Can't blame the States. So I think carefully. Think carefully what are you doing and how are you going about bumping all your gum. Yap, yap. No, all you think. Think. But I will tell you, the borders really need patrolling, you know. They really, really need. And like I said, I built my own studio, signed a contract with Synergy, we up and running. I'm going to tell you something. Saieed rolling different with Real Talk, you know. Real Talk moving different, you know. If you can't do your work, pack up and go home. I know I'm telling you, you know. I know I'm telling you, you know. Let me tell you something. God didn't give me a spiritual gift for nothing, you know. I didn't get the inspiration to build Real Talk just so, you know. I get it for a reason. And I get it for a purpose. And I get it for the right time. Caller, good night.
Yeah, good night. So, Sam Caller, I agree with what you're saying. I agree with everything you're saying thus far pertaining to Venezuela. But the thing about it is, what we need to understand is we're real close to Venezuela. And the people who are trying to come into Venezuela to strong arm them to do certain things the right way, inadvertently, they may help us because when you really think about it, all these people who are having problems with the people with Venezuela itself,
yes,
they're not coming here. You understand? So if by chance they were happier where they are, then maybe they wouldn't need to come to Trinidad and Tobago and, you know, cause all these problems on our coasts and inland and, you know, all these things.
I understand.
I agree with what you're saying. Our country is supposed to be able to run itself.
Yes.
Without the external entities coming in to try and fix.
Yep.
But what's going on with Venezuela right now is madness. And I really believe that probably somebody neutral should come in and, you know, try something so that they can at least save Trinidad and Tobago now, you know, because we don't have to deal with drought.
Thank you, caller. And I agree with saying, that is why I keep on saying our borders need patrolling. Now, nothing wrong with the coming in, you know. Nothing wrong. Because at Trinidad, they will leave and go in the States. You got 6 months visa. When they do check, it's 6 years here in the States. 6 long years. Moving from that a little, let me tell you something. We're going to touch on WASA. WASA released a bulletin from Monday midnight. You will be charged for if you use a hose to wash on your car, or you use a sprinkler to water your lawn, or you use a hose to water your garden. Let me tell you something. Take a look at this video. Lines are open, 237-3135. We will talk after. Take a look at these videos.
Imagine this, right? If water catch me washing down my car with a hose, they're giving me a fine. But it's 2 years now. I called in about this 1 week, and they didn't do nothing about it. Oh, you don't think they should charge themselves? They get themselves a fine for wasting people's time and wasting the only water. You ain't think so? Look at how much water wasting here only. 2 years now this week here. 2 years. Look at how much water wasting.
Good day, people of Trinidad and Tobago. Just showing you, this is 3 minutes to take a shower. You have to use a bucket to wash your vehicles and a glass of water to brush your teeth. Look at this carefully. Water carefully. This is our WASA station. Okay. WASA is right up the road. I have a sign saying, "Don't waste water." Look at this. Just highlighting it to you. There's now a river here.
Viewers, WASA wants us. Don't use hose. Let me tell you something. Every 3 to 4 months, you're getting a WASA bill in your mailbox stating that you owe in WASA $200, $300, $400. Now every term, every 3 to 4 months, you have to pay this money. And if you don't pay this money, they will come to cut you. Right. Throughout Trinidad and Tobago have leaks right through. Come back to me, guys. Call, good night.
Hello, good night.
You're live on Real Talk, right ahead.
Yeah. Saeed,
Yes, sir.
that Venezuelan issue, stand that the state's taking it. It shows that they're looking to invade Venezuela just now. And they're causing a big bacchanal, and including Trinidad in it. All right?
Yes. Thank you, sir. All over Trinidad have WASA leak. All over. People have been complaining for months upon months about leaks in front of their house. People have been complaining for weeks and months and years that they're not getting water in their pipe. Listen to this. But at the end of every 3 to 4 months, you're getting a light bill and you have to pay it. Call, good night.
Good night. Saeed,
Yes, sir.
it have no fake water there. So nobody to get involved in anything. so they wouldn't care about water. But if you see how they do it with petrotrin, why they do it with water? But no fake water, you see. That's why. And the next thing, one more point. The Trinidadians who is kidnapped in Venezuela, they ain't taking no heed, nothing. They pay no attention to that. But if it was in boat son or coffee son, you would have so fast that I get and do it. Right. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. As I was saying, that WASA bill and that thing they want to implement from Monday night 12 o'clock. Let me tell you something. I might be the first one ending up in court with WASA. You know why? You know why? I paying my bill. I am paying my bill. Don't tell me how to use my water. Don't tell me how to use my water. Because I might be the first one in court with WASA. Well, I feel it's a joke. Because I just take a hose to wash down my car. And I think from tomorrow they will have patrols patrolling to see who washing down their car with hose and which hose running in which garden. Really? Caller, good night.
Okay.
Caller, you there?
Hello?
Yes, good night. You're live on Real Talk. Go right ahead.
Good night. What happened, I'm highlighting something in Komodo. Komodo is like a rat. Right through the road is leaking, especially by the Komodo Masjid. Komodo. For over 9 months now, this place, the concrete in the mosque is cracked. We need help. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you, caller. Let me tell you something. I didn't come to put honey here, you know. I come to let all you know. That way they want to pass is foolishness. Fix the leaks in the road. Make sure you line up to mark. Make sure no part of Trinidad water ain't leaking. And then come and say, well, we're coming to implement this system. Don't tell me down by John Doe house have a leak and a water pipe for 6 months and you want to come now and put right next to John Doe. You want to charge that man for washing down a car with a hose. Some citizens who get tickets for washing down their car with a hose while them paying for it should sue us. Believe me, anytime all a drop, anytime I'll end up in front of my place and charge me for washing down my car with a hose, so help my God, I take all to court. And when I'm done with all you, I will pay my lawyer fee for the time I waste. I ain't joking, you know. Because sometimes for weeks, months, you're getting water in the pipe, you know. Up in my road, an old lady was telling Russian Paris, my last 600 I have from pension, I buy a tank of water. Why? Because they meant getting water. And you want to watch now that old lady and charge that old lady now because she water and she told the tree with a hose? You had to be mad, boy. Caller, good night.
Hi, good night. How are you doing?
You're live on Real Talk. Go right ahead.
Right, I just wanted to touch on an issue you were dealing with earlier on the Venezuelan issue, right?
Go right ahead.
You mentioned that the people have themselves in a position because they keep putting back the same man. They vote back the same man now. But let me ask you, and you said you know what you're talking about. Let me ask you, what was the population of Venezuela?
That's where you look to ask me?
Right. Let me ask you, in the last election that they had recently, what was the percentage of the voting population that voted?
Listen to this. If the people didn't put Maduro, he would not be there. Same thing with Keith Rowley. If the people did not put Keith Rowley, he would not have been here.
Venezuela has been under dictatorship for the longest while, right?
Yes.
So I want you to tell me, the last election they had, which was recently, what percentage of the voted population voted? Do you know?
Let me ask you a question.
Do you know?
Let me ask you a question.
Wait, you can't
How did he
answer my
reach
question
there?
and then I answer your question.
How did he reach there?
So who put him there? Not Chavez put him there? Chavez put him there. Chavez put him there. So let me give you some information, right? Because you're on the air.
If the people didn't want it, if the people didn't want it, he would not have been there. You see just how they're fighting now? They could have done that back then. So don't call here to tell me how much percentage vote and how much didn't vote. If they didn't want it, it would have never happened. It would have never happened. Right here we have things going on. Charlieville in Marchand Bridge. When the people started to protest, government find money to pay the contractor. True? Good. When the people started the Maxi Taxi Association who drop in school children, when they started to protest for their money and start back to withhold their service, what happened? What happened? Oh, the ministry started to find money. And so, call a good night.
Good night, Mr. Saeed. Mr. Saeed, I have always been saying for many years now, right? The same way WASA can charge us for washing clothes and watching lawn and all of that, is the same way we as citizens should be able to put WASA in court or sue them from water line burst right in front of our houses.
Yep.
For months and months, and they are coming to us about it.
That's right.
Why we must, you are allowed to charge us for wasting water, and you wasting water by the thousands and millions of gallons right in of our home, and there is nothing we can do or say about it.
You see?
Thanks so much.
Thank you, sir. That is why I have decided to stretch my foot a little longer. Yeah? I'm stretching my foot a little longer. You know why? To start standing up for the people now. You know why? I live right here in Trinidad. And if this foolishness start continuing with Trinidad, you think my children and I'm going to make grandchildren for the father? No. You know why? It will become too hard. It will become too hard. So I won't have grandchildren. You know why? Because my son them will find things too hard to mind children. Eh? Talk now. That was said, we leave the crime for crime watch. And he see about the crime. But you see social development. You see people pension and the disability. Just imagine you cut the grant of a 1-foot man on a wheelchair. How are we going to get her from that wheelchair to go make a day work? You tell me that. Till I'm rolling different this year, you know. This year will be a very, very productive year, you know. I say telling all of that. Shifting from that a little bit now, viewers. Watson Duke and the PSA. Had a meeting today with Watson Duke and the CPU. Was bacchanal. Because for years now, Watson Duke have been in negotiation with a CPO concerning wages. Take a look at what happened this morning.
Waiting patiently in 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, now they're on to 19. They have not gotten an increase, they have not gotten an easement, they have not gotten a food card, they have not gotten any kind of social assistance to deal with the social injustice that has been handed down to them by this and preceding governments. We commenced these discussions in earnest with the CPO in December, and we were told that some oil price dropped down low. We spoke to the Minister of Finance directly. He said within a month's time he'll get back to us because he can't give us any increase right now because the smallest increase amounts to $1 billion. We did the calculation, the CPO did the calculation, it did not amount to that. So we continue coming here every week, every Tuesday, and the CPO continues to disrespect us.
They had a meeting this morning, and the CPO had to call in police this morning. You know why? The CPO, they had their team of people. Watson Duke went in with his team. And apparently when Watson Duke started to talk, the CPO gets up and walk out. You're going to negotiate. You walk with your entourage of people. When the other side walk with them set of people now and they start to negotiate, you just decide to get up and walk out. And you call police now to upset everything. I think one woman is injured. She's seeking medical assistance. And they are going to take them to court. So just imagine that. Eh? You too big, you can't sit down and talk. Because you have a little power resting on your shoulder, you decide to walk over anybody. That's how things run in Trinidad. As soon as you have a little power, you decide to walk over everybody. You too big, you can't sit down. That is people's salary you're talking about there. If you was on the other side of the table, you would understand. But you're on this side, so you can't understand. Because you had the authority to call in the officers. Call in the officers and you mash up that side. So you had nothing to negotiate. They are not human beings you're talking with, eh? They look like animal. But tell you something. This year, rugged this year, you know. Rugged this year, you know. And when I see on my own, I'm tell you something. I'm waiting for somebody to send my pre-action letter. Or defamation of character. But let me tell you something. I will use the power that God gives me. I will use the power that God gave me. Because I'm standing up for the rights of the citizens in Trinidad and Tobago. You want to know what I talk about the power that God gave me? Just remember I did do spiritual work. And I'm waiting for somebody to send me a defamation letter for the character. And I'm waiting for somebody to send me a pre-action protocol letter. Well, let me tell you something. Come back to me, guys. I would not hesitate to use what God gave me. Not because you have a little power on your shoulder, you want to walk over a human being, you know. I standing up for the human being. Moving on from that again. Immigration Department in Cedros. As the caller was saying earlier, almost 150 Venezuelans was turned away from the Cedros Immigration Department because of a sewer line, because of an overflow of a sewer. Now, the councillor for Cedros, Sanka Tilak Singh, have been, listen to this carefully, you know, he have been complaining for years and months about this problem, and it still exists. Yesterday, immigration officials, workers around the port, within the port, Venezuelans, everybody had to scamper yesterday. Everybody had to leave because of a stench that was coming out from this suspect. And the councillor begging. He begging for it to fix. That's the immigration department. Immigration department. They have workers. people coming into that port. That is immigration is what? Not government? That is not government? If it was a private sector, I'm sure that it never reached to that. It never reached to that. That's why they want to privatize everything. Give that to the private people, give that to the private people, give that to the private people. Just like the children hospital, they're looking for an operator. Then we privatize that, give the private people to run that. It might run better. Because the private hospitals in Trinidad are running better than the government one. Eh? I tell you, a different this year, hitting hammer on the nail head, and who vexed? Well, you're lost, you know. You're lost, you know. Oh yes, 3 years now this man complaining. 3 years and you can't get a suspect, thankful. Why? Where's the maintenance crew in the government? Wait now. We ain't have no money? Eh? We ain't have no money, so the maintenance crew have to go home. Right? All are good, all are good. Here it is. Switching into a little crime a little bit. Brian, a 46 years old individual of Claxton Bay, was placed on a $100,000 bail yesterday in the San Fernando Magistrate Court. Why? For sexually touching a 5-year-old girl. 5 years old. But Brian, what did you get out of that 5-year-old? Eh? What did you get? A big 46-year-old hardback man like you. That is what you did? Let me tell you something. You see that $100,000 bail? That would have been a $5 million bail. You know why? The parents of that 5-year-old girl ain't trusting that girl child with nobody again. Call her good night.
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead.
Saeed, listen. $146 million to wine and dine in Port of Spain and jump up in a panty and a brassiere. And the hospital don't even have beds and medicine. So when people sick, they send them to wine on the street. Or do like coffee, send them away. That's all that to do. Thank you.
But call the government say he will pay. He will pay. That is what they say. Moving on now, viewers. I'm going to show a little video clip here of our home, and I want you to listen to it carefully. And I make no apology for running it. Run the video, guys.
My name is Kelvin Wynn. I work at Sirius for 16 months. Well, I've been dismissed because of speaking out on behalf of the ill treatment that the children going through. But my focus right now, pleading with the Prime Minister, pleading with the Minister of Social Development, pleading with anybody that's willing to help. That whatever age that they say when the children reach 18, some of them when 17, 16 years, they're putting them out of the home because sometimes the children, being children, sometimes they're being persecuted and they lash out of the mummies or the members of staff and so on, so they put out the children. And some of the children have no family. They have no one to turn to. And being a past employee for 16 months, I build a relationship with the children and them that every time now something happens, they call me. Right? So I'm like a guidance to them. So I'm asking for anybody could help that have a whole building, a whole place, the Prime Minister, that they can help us with so that we could fix it up with the children, help the children willing to help clean.
Now I want you all to listen something. I am not discrediting the serial homes that are located in Tunapuna. By no means. What he is asking for, children in the home, when they reach the age of 18, they will have to leave the home. And where will they go after they leave the home? Where would they go? Some end up on the streets. Some end up being killed. Some go on drugs. Some go into prostitution. Come back to me, guys. So what he's asking for, this is where social development needs to step in. This is where they need to set up a building. Remember, there are AIDS victims who are crying out. When you reach the age of 18 and you're taking care of here, when you reach 18, they just put you here because they're making space for others. Where you as the individual going now? That's why I say I'm not discrediting the home, you know. But what does the Social Development Committee have in place for when they reach 18 and come out on the street? That is what I'm talking about. That is why that young man decided to make a stand. What does that cause? When they end up in the street, what is it causing? Causing prostitution, it causing robbery, it causing killing, it causing drugs. That is what it causing. So I make no apology for running that. But listen, I'm not discrediting the home because there's only so much they could do. There's only so much. The Taxi Drivers Association of Trinidad and Tobago held a protest this morning. What they are protesting about, see, I tell you, every department in Trinidad have problems, you know. What they are protesting about is the reclassifications of vehicles. What they are saying is that reclassification of vehicles from 7 passengers, they're breaking it down to 6 passengers. And some 6 passenger vehicles, they're reclassifying it to 5 passengers. Now, when I talk to some of these guys bought 7-seaters for 200,000. And when they go to the license office now, they would register it as a 7-seater. But what they are doing now, they are reclassifying. So 7-seaters going down to 6, and 6 going down to 5. So that is what their protest was about this morning. And they are saying that they are willing to shut down the Taxi Association if they do not get a response. Now, this is sad, you know. They are taxi drivers. They invest something. 90% of them take loan to buy a vehicle. And with the cost of living going up, and then now license office come and reclassification being done, so you're losing. Because definitely gas went up, super went up, diesel went up. So they're losing. So if they used to make $100 profit, you just lost your $100. You just lost your $100 for the day. So imagine that. That's what I'm saying now. Moving different, you know. Yes, I will touch on crime. But you see this water thing? I ain't finished with this water thing, you know. I ain't finished with this water thing at all, at all, at all. Viewers, we're out of time for tonight. But do join me tomorrow night from 7 p.m. on Synergy TV. Real Talk is back. Tell your friends, tell your family. Locked on from 7 p.m. Remember, you can share the live stream on Facebook. Subscribe to YouTube. And we up and we're rolling from here onward. Viewers, be safe. Do have a good night. Oh, before we go, my director just reminded me. For those of you who decided to backhand your mother and to beat your mother, take a look at this. Do join me tomorrow night, viewers.
We get some more licks. Tell your mother sorry. Tell your mother sorry, boy. Oi, tell your mother sorry. Tell your mother sorry. And they like to beat your mother. Tell she sorry. Tell she sorry. Oi, raise up your head. And your bad? Raise up your head. That you all let us get? When all tell she sorry. Oi, raise up your head. And your bad? Raise up your head. That you all let us get? When all they beating all your mother. Move your hand, boy. Move your legs. Tell your mother sorry. Tell your mother sorry, boy. Oi, tell your mother sorry. Tell your mother sorry. And they like to beat your mother. Tell she sorry. Tell she sorry. Oi, raise up your head. And your bad? Raise up your head. That you all let us get? When all they beating all your mother. Move your hand, boy. Move your hand. That you all let us get when all they beating all your mother. That you all let us get. You don't have no fight back.